My name is Mirabelle Kirk, I'm 46 years old. Back when I was married, I went by the name Mirabelle Ivan, but now I'm divorced. I was Mirabelle Ivan 18 years ago, when I was 28. My then husband, Harry Ivan, was 30, and our daughter, Lisa Ivan, was just 5 years old. But during my marriage, I couldn't proudly say I was happy. Lisa was diagnosed with cancer, which caused a rift in our marriage. Why does my daughter have to have cancer? It's a disgrace that such a weak person comes from my family. It's your fault for not watching her diet more closely, leading to this. And to think she's gotten a terminal diagnosis, how poorly must you have raised her? There's no worse mother than you anywhere in the world. No matter how much I earn, it all goes to medical bills. While I don't even have time to enjoy myself, you're probably napping at home. My mom was right. We got a defective daughter-in-law and grandchild, and now we're isolated by the neighbors. It's all your fault. Don't think crying will help, I'm not falling for those cheap tricks. Harry would rant and leave the house. Whether he was going to work or to his mistress's place. I knew. Once Lisa was diagnosed with cancer, Harry quickly found another woman. I work for Lisa too. What do you mean by weak person? Cancer can happen to anyone, you fool. Not only do you lack medical knowledge, but you also lack common sense. Just because you're a bit successful, you always have to make those snide remarks. It's so annoying, what a jerk. Murmuring this, I got ready and headed to the office. That night, I was exhausted from work, but Harry didn't even prepare dinner. He was lounging on the sofa, laughing at the TV. Hey, where have you been? Where's my dinner? Why didn't you prepare it? You've made me tired. Hurry up, you worthless wife. When I silently started to prepare dinner, Harry unusually came over to me. We're getting a divorce. Actually, my beloved Mia is pregnant with my child, a healthy boy, at that. So, this is the end for us. Be thankful for the times we had, and sign this divorce paper. I wasn't even sad, I felt like the inevitable had finally arrived. After I calmly signed the divorce papers, Harry quickly packed his things and left the house. And so, 18 years ago, I was kicked out of the Ivan family and returned to my parents' house, the Kirks. And now, by chance, I ran into Harry again at a large shopping center. It had been 18 years, so when I saw Harry with a baby, I couldn't believe it. But Harry remembered me too and approached me with a smirk. Hey, is the kid still alive? Look, this is my grandchild. I'm blessed with children and money, happy as can be. I also have a company celebrating its 18th year on the stock market, worth $300 million, and a family with my daughter to introduce. What? Harry was stunned but then smirked immediately. Hey, just because your daughter died, you're lashing out in frustration? It's okay, you know. Your dad's company went bankrupt a long time ago, right? You don't have to put on airs. Or is it because you're too jealous of someone else's happiness, so you say these things out of desperation? I didn't think you were such a low woman. It's fine, you know? I could lend you some money if you need. Did you just slip up because I have this grandchild with me? If you can say sorry now, I might still forgive you. Look at this large shopping center called Alt. If you're affiliated with such a grand facility, I'd kneel down and apologize for the divorce. But, your company couldn't possibly compete with it, the biggest facility in the state, right? Harry started blabbering with a smirk. Without knowing anything about the situation. Alt is the nickname for this large shopping center we're in. As the largest commercial facility in the state, it's a popular spot talked about all over the US. And you? Just shopping with that grandchild of yours? I said it provocatively on purpose. Then, Harry's face darkened. He's still a man weak to cheap provocations, just like before. Yeah, so what? What about that kid, Lisa, from back then? Well, whether she's alive or not, it's none of my business anyway. In the end, you're just that, unlovable, uncharming, and nasty woman. My wife Mia, even now, is a cute and charming woman. The complete opposite of you. And yet, you're so stuck up, truly infuriating, a miserable woman who can't genuinely accept other people's happiness. Look, you can say whatever you want about me, but that baby, what, about 6 months old now? To be able to spew such vitriol when you have a child that age. You never know what kids are picking up on. Maybe it's time you stop demeaning people. It's only going to negatively affect the child, not that you would understand. Besides, I think belittling others is like a hobby for you. Be thankful I didn't demand alimony, given you had a mistress at the time of our divorce. I gave him a defiant smile. It seemed to ignite Harry's anger. What did you say? It's fine, you can claim whatever now. I have this adorable grandchild with me. Well, I kinda get your struggle. Your father's company went bankrupt after your daughter passed away, right? What are you working as now? In a bar? Have you fallen that low? Honestly, I'd be genuinely curious to see a place that would hire an old lady like you. Brainless, charmless, strangely assertive, finding a company that would hire you would be a challenge in itself. Or is it that? Are you living off the government? Well, it's easier for a single person, right? Since you don't have the ability to earn much, anyway. Shall we stop there? I cut off Harry's words and handed him a business card. Sorry for the late introduction, I'm Mirabelle Kirk, the owner of this alt facility. Huh? No way, you're bluffing. 18 years ago, you abandoned me and our sick daughter Lisa in the worst way possible. Well, I was fed up with you anyway, so it was for the best. As you know, my father's company was small and struggling to survive back then. But I supported my father desperately, and I took care of him. My father worked from dawn till dusk, sparing no time for sleep. You didn't know this, but considering Lisa, my father cancelled his life insurance to cover her medical expenses. Sure, my father has passed away, but until the very end, he worried about his granddaughter. You wouldn't understand the hardships of others. Now, by various connections, I own this large commercial facility, Alt. Oh, and your daughter Lisa, whom you consider gone, has fully recovered and is married into a major real estate family herein. Unlike you, my daughter has found a truly good match. Huh? A major real estate family? Lisa married into such a prominent family? Are you dreaming? Are you okay in the head? People don't believe small lies, but do believe the big ones, some cartoonist said, but this is exactly it. It's pitiful, really. I was a fool to think of offering you help. I really ended up with a ridiculous wife. This business card, handed over so proudly, lacks any credibility. Even if I tear it up here, it wouldn't be worth picking up. Thinking back, it's a pitiful fantasy after not seeing you for so long. Are you living such a terrible life? Should I lend you some money? With interest 5 times over, I'll scatter some change here, so pick it up and count every piece. What are you talking about? Yes, my daughter's cancer was indeed in the intermediate stage. But you know, we changed doctors and somehow managed to cure her completely. Do you understand that struggle? Well, right after we split, my father's company experienced significant growth. Ever heard of Dolger? You must have, right? There's no way you, with your love for brand names, wouldn't jump on something new. Dolger. You mean that globally renowned brand? Are you for real? Dolger did indeed appear out of nowhere 18 years ago, but you're related to Dolger and Alt? Do you really think I'd believe such a story, you scammer? Dolger is a brand my father and I worked hard on, risking our company's future. I'm the CEO there now. My father has retired. It started as a small company, with only one physical store in a local area, but thanks to someone's help, we managed it barely. You know this story, don't you? Yeah, I know. The Dolger brand got its big break when a world-famous soprano singer noticed it and posted it as her favorite on social media, right? That kicked off its massive success. Now it's super popular among students. That's right. I showed a triumphant smile intentionally. Thanks to that world-famous soprano singer, our company grew enormously. Whatever we sell goes out of stock immediately. No matter how much we produce, it's never enough. Waiting half a year for product reservations has become the norm. Not just the Dolger brand, but other brands we've acquired have become famous because we can't stop buying them up. That caught the ear of a major real estate family here in Times Square, and I was invited to own this large commercial facility, alt. But I guess that's irrelevant to a winner like you, huh? After all, you abandoned your wife and daughter to run off with your mistress. And here at alt. It's a lie. Alt is such a huge commercial facility, there's nothing you can't find there. It has daily necessities, food, furniture, electronics, a movie theater, indoor playgrounds, a library, a food court, and spots perfect for SNS. There's no way someone like you could manage that. Or maybe, this business card is also a lie. Such a Cinderella story only exists in fairy tales. Have you finally lost your mind? I even feel sorry for you, truly. It's a popular tourist spot, and students from all over flock here, and you claim to be its owner. Lisa is actually gone, isn't she? This is why delusional women. What are you talking about? Lisa is very much alive. After achieving great success with my company, Lisa has always looked up to me. She's such a wonderful daughter, always thankful to me, her mother. She was inspired by me and worked incredibly hard, studying non-stop. And guess what? She graduated at the top of her class from Stanford University. She's my pride and joy. Now, she's working for my company and even received a marriage proposal from the main family of a major real estate dynasty here. But you probably wouldn't know how hard to get into Stanford, do you? Given that it took forever to graduate from a third-rate college, right? Oh, and just so you know, Lisa is pregnant now. It's a boy, fitting for an heir, though these days it doesn't really matter if it's a boy or a girl. But that's something you'd care about, isn't it?
You bastard!
Harry shouted loudly, silencing the room instantly.
It's a lie. It has to be. Hey, are there no security guards here? There's a con woman over here. Someone, catch her.
Suddenly, Harry began shouting as if he had lost his mind. The grandchild Harry was holding started crying. The stares from the surrounding customers were harsh, but that was the least of my concerns at the moment. And then, 3 security guards appeared. Miss Kirk. What seems to be the problem? Seeing one of the guards addressing me, Harry's face turned pale.
Ms. Kirk, you say? Security. This woman is a fraudster. She's claiming to be the owner here. If you're going to listen to anyone, it should be me dash.
I'm sorry, could you please take this man to the back reception room? It seems he gets too excited and causes a commotion here. Come on, take him away, and I'll come too. Understood. Come on, let's go.
Wait!
Harry was taken away by security. This commotion is bound to reach my daughter's in-laws eventually. I have no intention of hiding it, so I called my daughter's father-in-law. He's a strict man who hates lies. What will become of Harry, I wonder? After hearing the situation, my daughter's father-in-law said he'd come to the reception room right away. Mirabelle, just wait, did you say Harry Ivan? Really? What? Yes, that's him. Do you know him? I'll be there right away, thanks for letting me know. At this point, even if he were let outside, he'd cause a major disturbance. I'm not about to let anyone tarnish Alt's name. That's why I deliberately decided to have him taken to the reception room. 3 security guards escorted Harry to the back reception room of Alt. For some reason, Harry was reluctant to go to the reception room.
Wait! I won't make a scene anymore. I have my grandson with me. Please, just let me go home. I promise I won't cause any more trouble. Please.
Harry's grandson began to cry loudly as Harry resisted. Once we managed to get Harry seated on the sofa in the reception room, his face had turned completely pale.
Mirabelle. Come on, let me go home. I haven't done anything wrong, and, listen. I'll start paying alimony right now, so please, just let me go.
For some reason, Harry was averse to being in the reception room. Wondering why he was so reluctant, my daughter entered the reception room first. "Oh, Lisa. You've grown so much, I'm your dad." "Come on, Lisa, tell Mirabelle, tell her to let me dash." "Who are you?" "I was told my father passed away." Lisa looked at Harry, pretending to be her father, with a cold gaze. Unable to withstand her stare, Harry finally quieted down. "Come on, Lisa, help your dad out. My real father is no longer here, you say?" "Oh, so you are my father? The one who abandoned me and Mom when I got cancer to be with his mistress? Well, if you're asking for help, I can help you, the coldest way, straight to jail."
What are you saying? I'm your father. Quiet down.
Harry continued to shout, but there was no escape from the reception room. Especially with 3 security guards present. Lisa kept pressing. "What about your mistress? Where is she now? Don't tell me she ran off on you? And this child you claim is your grandson, is he even related by blood?" "Lisa, what do you mean? I did some digging on this trash man before. Turns out, his mistress Mia had a son, but the father wasn't you. You unknowingly registered the birth and acknowledged the child, only to be abandoned by the mistress with the kid. It's karma for your bad deeds. It seems I have a half-brother, but I wonder if his wife truly gave birth to my brother's child?"
What? Lisa. Keep quiet. You're causing a disturbance, so we'll take care of the child for now.
One of the security guards picked up the baby Harry was holding. Noting he wasn't even using a baby carrier. I couldn't help but think, what if he had dropped the baby?
Hey! My grandson! Once you calm down, we'll return him. Now, please, calm down.
Mom, why did you even bother bringing this loser into the reception room? He's not worth it, and you're the owner of Alt, aren't you supposed to be busy? It's okay, we need to settle things with this man. Lisa, is your father-in-law coming? Did you get in touch? Will he be here soon? He said he's on his way. Should be here any minute. Oh, here he is. Hello, Mirabelle. What's going on? Oh, hi, my ex-husband has been causing a scene in the store, and I couldn't just hide it, so I called you. Are you Harry Ivan by any chance? The atmosphere changed with just one sentence from Lisa's father-in-law. Harry's face turned completely white, as if it were the end of the world for him. I asked Lisa's father-in-law. Do you know this man, sir? Yes, Mirabelle, you called me at just the right time. Actually, this man committed fraud on my property, and I've been looking for him for a long time. Right? Harry Ivan? You haven't forgotten my face, have you? And causing trouble here at Alt as well? How much do you plan to mock people?
No, I was planning to pay back the money, and I was working towards that. It's true.
Sir, what do you mean? How do you know about this man? Then, the patriarch of the major real estate family in Times Square sat opposite Harry. Mirabelle, are you aware of the Gourmet Hall fraud case? Lisa, maybe you've heard the name? It was a huge fraud case that happened the year before last. Harry Ivan here conned money from vendors and participants, promising a Gourmet Hall festival, then disappeared. And now he dares to step on Alt's land. Quite bold, aren't you? Right? Harry Ivan? This con artist.
No. I had the intention to pay back. I was preparing for it. But then this woman, Mirabelle, started interfering. Do you have any idea how much damage the gourmet hall fraud case caused us? Do you understand, you rotten fool?
The father-in-law's rebuke was filled with immense power and anger. Even I was taken aback by it. But inside, I was giving him a standing ovation. Well said, I thought. Then, as if to add insult to injury, Lisa appealed to her father-in-law.
Father, this man abandoned me and my mom for his mistress, an awful man. All the hardships my mom went through were because of him. And yet, this man hasn't uttered a single word of apology.
Lisa, that's... So, you're that much of a scoundrel, Harry? Not only did you cause trouble for us, but you also did such a terrible thing to your own daughter. You're an utterly wicked man, not fit to be called a parent, Harry Ivan? If my ears heard correctly, you promised success if given permission to use the land. It seems all that was a lie, wasn't it? You were so desperate, bowing your head, but was that a lie too? Well, if you get arrested here, it will surely bring some peace to the vendors. Arrest. Wait, please, my grandson is still just a baby.
Some of the stores suffered so much damage from your scam that they had to close down, crying shop owners included. And then, there were those who had to downsize their shops because of the losses they incurred. Despite all the trouble you've caused everyone, you went off to be with your mistress, abandoning your wife and child. You're the picture of a criminal.
Criminal. I have been working hard for money. If I get arrested now, I won't be able to pay back the money. Then my sincerity and apology will dash. An apology from a piece of trash like you is worthless. Disappear, you fraudster. Security, please call the police. If we're quick, this might even make the evening news.
Wait, please! Mirabelle! I apologize for everything, just not the arrest, not the police. We used to be married, right? If I get caught, it'll tarnish your reputation too. So, please, anything but the police.
Harry, clinging to me, was devoid of any dignity. Just a rotten man. So I smiled and said to the hesitant security guard, "Call the police." "It's fine, I've done nothing wrong."
Mirabelle! Do something! This deadbeat dad, give it a rest. Do you have any idea how much Mom has struggled? And Grandpa too, he had it hard until the day he died. And now you're trying to run away. What a disgrace!
You're the reason some stores went bankrupt, and now I can finally end my search. That's right. After that, Harry tried to interfere with the security guard's call for help, forcing the guard to step into the hallway. Harry began to cry loudly. Lisa and her father-in-law scolded Harry relentlessly until the police arrived. Harry could only cry without offering a single apology. It only fueled Lisa and her father-in-law's anger.
Stop crying! Are you even a man? Pathetic. Can't even say sorry. Lisa's right. You fraudster, will corner you until the end. Be prepared.
Later, the police officers and the detective in charge of the Gourmet Hall fraud case arrived, taking Harry and the baby away.
Mirabelle! It's true, forgive me. I don't want to go to jail yet. I have a little grandson. Please forgive me. Quiet down. You're being arrested on suspicion of fraud.
Harry resisted the police considerably, but in the end, he left the reception room with his shoulders slumped. I thanked my father-in-law. Thank you for telling me about the Gourmet Hall fraud case. Somehow, I feel refreshed too. No, the prosperity of Alt is thanks to your efforts, Mirabelle. And Lisa, such a hardworking mother and daughter. My son is indeed lucky to have her as his wife. Leave the Gourmet Hall fraud case to me. I'll make sure to squeeze every penny of compensation out of that lowest of men. The father-in-law laughed heartily and left the reception room. I told Lisa to sit down. What? Why? You're not even in your stable period yet, are you? It's good to stand up for me, but it's not good for the baby in your belly. No, Mom, getting back at such a man for you is a once-in-a-lifetime joy. Besides, I don't want you to suffer anymore. The baby in my belly will understand. Lisa said, gently stroking her not yet prominently swollen belly. Afterwards, Lisa and I turned on the TV in the reception room. Then, breaking news came on. The screen switched from a drama rerun to a male announcer's news broadcast. We have just received a breaking news. Harry Ivan, a suspect in the Gourmet Hall fraud case who has been on the run, was arrested. Many people forced to close their businesses or file for bankruptcy were involved in this case, and the police believe this arrest will help unveil the full extent of the incident. Like father-in-law said, it really made the evening news.
Yeah, I should have told him off more. He made Mom suffer.
The TV screen showed the front of the police station. Look. The car carrying Harry Ivan is entering the police station now. This massive fraud case occurred 2 years ago, and the police will reveal more details in a press conference. What a foolish man, really. But, after the trial, he'll be off to jail for a while. What do you mean, Lisa? Well, the perpetrator of this case, that man, was already on probation for another case. Probably, he'll receive a prison sentence for the Gourmet Hall fraud case. Well, it's none of our concern anymore. Mom, let's get back to work. I'll head home and lie down.
Is your stomach tight? Are you okay? I'm fine. This much is normal and even approved by my OBGYN.
Pregnancy shouldn't be taken lightly. If anything happens, call me or your husband.
Okay, Mom.
Afterward, Harry was convicted. As Lisa mentioned, he was already on probation, and he couldn't escape prison time. The TV was abuzz with the massive fraud case from 2 years ago, featuring interviews with victims driven to close their shops by Harry's scam. The victims uniformly expressed relief at the perpetrator's arrest, with tears in their eyes. Some had indeed filed for bankruptcy. No newspaper or magazine reporters came to me. Surely, my daughter's father-in-law had worked his magic behind the scenes. Then came my granddaughter's birth, making me a grandmother. The baby boy, born healthy. Both mother and child were healthy upon discharge from the hospital, and the father-in-law was utterly smitten. My son-in-law raised his hands in joy, exclaiming, "That's my boy." While continuing to work hard, I supported my daughter through her parenting struggles and occasionally took care of my grandson as a grandmother. I was at the peak of happiness. Then, an unknown number called me. Hello? Who is this?
What have you done?
Yes. I listened closely to my cell phone.
My ex-husband was found guilty because of you. The media comes to my place every day.
With that sentence, I realized who it was. Harry's divorced mistress, Mia.
What are you going to do about this? I can't even walk outside now.
Oh, and who was it that pushed another man's child onto Harry? What do you call that, I wonder?
How did you know that? That's what you call a trashy woman. Don't you ever call here again. Got it? If you do, I'll make sure it's not just call blocking you'll have to worry about.
Who do you think you are? I'm the victim here. Because of you. Oh, really? Should I start spreading the word that you were the woman who snatched Harry from me? I wouldn't be bothered at all. But then, maybe you wouldn't be able to live in Japan for a while, right? People love a good spectacle. You'd be surrounded by curious reporters. That's karma for you.
What? Using big words. You should come and apologize to me. I'm really struggling because of you. I got a letter from Harry blaming you for everything. Anyway, you need to come and apologize to me. What are you going to do about this?
Well, I don't see why I should apologize to you. After all, who was it that committed marriage snatching? Wasn't it you? It's fine. I can call the magazine reporters and tell them everything about now and what happened 18 years ago. It would probably only bother you, though, wouldn't it? Being sarcastic was incredibly satisfying. After all, it was my chance for revenge, 18 years in the making. The call ended there. Thus, I put an end to the matters of 18 years ago and went back to my work.